Morning Thailand supported by Sea Thai Superwear.
And welcome back to the last break here of Morning Thailand. It seems that there's still a lot more issues to focus on and also to talk about the Amnesty Bill. And of course, Kun Chen is with us to give us a little bit more insight. สวัสดีค่ะ And as I said yesterday, there seems to be some kind of situations in and outside of the parliament. So what's more interesting about this is whether this bill would pass.
Yeah, can you give us like a prediction?
In the end, of course, it will pass like easily.
Finally.
Really? Like despite like the crazy over
Opposition.
like 5,000, yeah, and the UN has came out even to voice their concern.
Yeah, but they just voice their concern. They are not opposing it. They said if this bill is going to pass, the government has to ensure that those who violate human rights won't be included.
Oh, okay. So per se, they did not say that you should take it off the table. The UN were saying that if it's on the table and if it's passed, make sure that it
Did not include the people who violate the human rights.
Okay, well
Correct.
that's tricky.
And as well, คุณสุรพงษ์ โตวิจักรชัยกุล the foreign minister
Minister.
will meet with the UN to clarify this.
Oh, okay. So they got it all under control.
Yeah, and as well, yesterday when the member of parliament vote if they want to keep this bill on the table, it was easily passed, like 301 over 160.
Where is the Democrat there? Any?
Actually, the Democrat has a solid number of 160 member of parliament,
Yeah.
and the
Oh,
vote.
so that means one from the Democrat faction supported the bill to be talked about a little bit more.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's confusing. Okay.
Not really. The parliament has around. Wait, I have the number here. 500 member of parliaments, and the Democrat had 160, while the Pheu Thai party, the ruling party, along with their mixed
Coalition
cabinet,
parties.
has 300 member.
Okay, so there's kind of yeah, okay. I can see how that would be a win-win then.
So we see how hard they're trying to get this bill passed.
In this particular bill, it has been introduced to the House of Representatives for debate, amendment, and vote. Now they are considering the bill if it passed and has the resolution to approve it. The House of Representatives shall submit the bill to the Senate. Then the Senate must finish the consideration of such bill within 60 days. But if it is a money bill, the consideration must be finished within 30 days.
Okay, so for this particular one would be within 60 days.
60 days.
So about 2 months or so after this, we will know for sure how it's going to go about. But there's like once it's let's just say within 60 days, would there
we
be
will
any
know.
chance that the Senate would say no?
If they say no, the bill will be
Back to the
parliament.
And then we start with this whole process over again.
Yes, but
Until
if the Senate say yes, the House of Representatives will proceed to the next stage.
okay.
After the bill has already been approved by the Senate and the House of Representatives, the Prime Minister shall present it to the King to grant his royal consent, and within 20 days from the date of receipt.
Okay.
So
That's like 3 months altogether per se because
yes.
60 days plus 20 days. Okay.
And it shall come into force on publication of the Royal Gazette. But
Right.
if the King refused to give his royal consent by withholding his signature
Right.
to the bill, either to return it to the National Assembly or does not return it within 90 days, so, or we call it a veto from the King, the National Assembly can still re-deliberation it.
Okay, so it can still bounce back into the stage that where we are now.
And if the National Assembly can get 2/3 of the number, the solid number of 650, which is 500 from the MPs and 150 from the senators,
Right.
which is around 435
Okay.
votes.
That still could be passed.
Yes.
Okay, this is almost like when I try to go and get my driver license and there was like one of the tests You have to step on the brake when you see the red light. And the guy in front of me didn't quite get it. And the officer let him hit it until he get it. It took him like about 7 times before he actually passed. But eventually he will hit it, like they will wait until he passed it. So I don't
It
know.
will be even easier because now the Pheu Thai party already has 300 votes.
Right, so
they
that's
have
a
to
guarantee.
find only 135 more votes,
Okay.
while the Democrat has only 160.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a lot of hard work if they've tried to get people to join them still. But I guess that's the way the democracy works though. Because we're looking for not like what would be the best, but what the majority would say or would favor. Therefore, it's still under democracy kind of system.
Prove me if I'm wrong. The Democrat Party said that they would resign if this amnesty bill passed the parliament.
No, they
No?
would not. They already confirmed that they will not resign. But they will fight in the parliament.
They will fight in the parliament. Okay. But at this point, like for me anyway, like after hearing that, you mean to say that there's not going to be any way that this bill not going to be passed. But that's the thing, like you can fight in parliament, you can say whatever you want, but people on the street at this point obviously are not very happy with it. And then are they going to remain there? That's my concern, because are we going to experience the same thing that we experienced back in 2011 where the protests prolonged for months and months, and you know obviously eventually the red shirt people, the supporters of the government will come out in full force as well, and then we're going to end up with like capital city that already is quite small, Bangkok, with a lot of people that you know coming in from the provinces, and you know
I would say that will happen because yesterday
that will happen.
the protesters are quite disappointed with the Democrat
Democrats.
Party because
Why?
they
Because the Democrat cannot get them into the parliament.
Because they gather, the Democrats call for the gathering since last night, the night before
Right.
the D-Day.
Right.
However, what they could do is just marching to the parliament, seeing them off, and then they were told to disperse.
So they were hoping for something more. than
many
that.
of them felt that they are left behind when the Democrat MP walk into the parliament and practically bye-bye to them.
But that's the reason, because the Democrat Party is quite concerned about their safety of the protesters.
So, wow, you can't win in this situation. I don't think. I don't know if the
No.
Democrat Party has anything else in store for this particular you know case, because you gotta be able to please the crowd as well. You brought them out. And,
But there's
you
a
know,
possibility that they would talk about the content of the bill, which one would cover what, who they should cover.
right.
As
All
well,
right.
the gathering at Lumpini Park is still going on.
Oh, right. So I guess, you know, since that's all the time we have, we probably will have a lot more updates tomorrow, that's for sure.
Yes.
And Kun Chain will give us a little bit more information here and there and such. But as for today, we have to thank you for watching. And as I said, you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/morningthailand. Or you can email us at morningthailandshow@gmail.com for any more comments and such. We have Instagram, we have the
YouTube channel.
Twitter. Yeah, we have YouTube channel. You can watch the playback as well as you can watch the rerun at 10. Now, thank you our sponsor, Sea Thai Superwear, Quality the World Trust, as well as Wings Learning Circle, customized English course for your business. As for today, I'm Golf.
And fine.
Chain.
สวัสดีค่ะ